This is Chapter 6, Objective 6.2. We're moving on to the various inventory cost methods. So this is really the kind of the crux of doing inventory counting, is learning these various methods. So we'll have the same schedule as before. If you've seen the other videos, here is the beginning balance. We purchased 220 and purchased 80, so we have 400 on hand, and we sell 150, so we end up with 250 units. The cost of the inventory is $500 in one layer, $1,320 in the second layer, and $560 for a total cost of $2,380. The first method we're going to look at is the average cost method. It's really a weighted average cost, which is another name for it, but technically it's a weighted average cost. What you do is you take the total cost for all the units, which I very nicely calculated for you there. Usually it's something that you're required to do. But you just get the cost of all the layers, sum them up, and then you find all the units available for sale during the period, and you put that in your denominator. And you find out it's in this case it's $595. And that kind of makes sense. You have a 80 below, 100 above. Most of them are around 6, but you have more at 5 than you do at 7. So the fact that it's a little below 6 is reasonable. That's $595. Now you sold 150 units, multiplied by that average cost, it's $893. It's got a little hinky on me here for some reason. Don't need that, but it's $893 and $893. Cost of goods sold, $893. Inventory, reduce it by $893. So let's go on. I think that we can have time on this video to go to the next method, which is FIFO, first in, first out. So the first ones you put in are the ones that were left over from the prior period. These would be FIFO. So we start here, and if we run out of those, and we work our way down. Okay. It says we sold 150, so we'll take this whole layer out right here. We have 100 at 5, and that's going to be 500. We're taking the whole layer. Then we're going to go to the next layer, which is $6. But we don't need all 220. We're just take 50 out at 6, and then it's 300. So now your cost of goods sold is 800. And the final method is LIFO, last in, first out. So here is LIFO. The last in are these at the bottom, and we're going to move our way back if we run out. Once again, we sell 150. We only have 80 in this layer, so we're going to take the full 560 out. 80 times 7 is 560. And we need, so 150 less 80 is 70. So we need 70 out of here at $6. 70 times 6 is 420. And you put that all together, and it's your 980 right there. So now we have cost of goods sold and inventory, 980. So those are the three most widely used measures for inventory accounting. And you can see that it's really dependent upon the method. So we had, let's line these three up. We had 800, 980, 893. So we had $893, 800. This is FIFO, average, and LIFO, 980. Now, first of all, let me just point out that the average is in the middle. which it should be. Now LIFO is larger. Why does that make sense? Well, the prices are increasing here. See, 5, 6, 7 going up. So if you're using more of the expensive inventory for your cost of goods sold, then your LIFO is going to be higher, and your FIFO is going to be lower. If it were flipped, and you had $7, then 6, then 5, then you get the exact opposite result, where you'd have, and the number wouldn't be exactly the same, but the FIFO would be larger and LIFO would be smaller. So generally, corporations that face inflation want to be in a LIFO environment, where their cost of goods sold are larger for tax purposes, because you have to use, this is one of the weird places where inventory and tax methods the same. So if you choose one for LIFO or for tax, you have to use it for your accounting reports as well. Okay, so companies like to keep higher cost of goods sold expense for the purpose of reducing their taxes. And then in their footnotes and their disclosure, they'll try to explain to companies, oh, it really wasn't that bad. All right, so that's basic inventory methods accounting. If you can knock those three out pretty easily, you're in good shape.